Stunning news, folks. Elon Musk has been fired as CEO of Tesla, and they're now in a search process for his replacement. This is Greg for Teslafaninsight. Thanks once again for joining us. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a repeat visitor, welcome back. We also want to thank our Patreon supporters. If you enjoy the show, like some better ideas on investing and trading, please join us on Patreon. So it is approximately 10 p.m. here in the greater New York area. And as I just stated, Elon has been fired as CEO of Tesla. First half is reaction, first half, about 4 minutes, is a reaction to what happened. And the second half is my expectation of what's going to happen next. So the first part of this is the fact that, wow, that's a shock to have Elon replaced. I'm surprised that his ownership stake, based on money used to buy X, has dropped from about 25% of Tesla to now 12.5%. So this is a big time shock that this has occurred. He also has the board stacked with all of his selections, including his brother. So the fact that he was able to be fired is an extreme stunner. The third thing is that Elon has a process until he became part of DOGE where he would spend 1 day a week at Tesla, and then after he bought X, time was more limited from there. And so I have been impressed by the management team of Tesla because there are a lot of very sharp people that have done a great job at Tesla and then taken their expertise and Tesla experience and gone to competitors. So I think this is going to give longtime managers who believe in the mission of Tesla an opportunity to step up their roles and therefore have more consistency with someone who's going to actually be there on a regular basis to help the company move forward. The next item is that with as much power as Elon had, I didn't think he would be departing voluntarily or involuntarily anytime soon, because he also benefits the company because of his deep and broad connection to all of Silicon Valley. So from a is this guy a good idea, is this a bad idea standpoint, I think it's a brilliant idea because Elon is really busy with other projects. And it feels to me that Elon is on a sort of destructive path right now. The protests or, the firings at the government level, along with the, name the list of activities, use of drugs relative to being a CEO of a public company. There's a large list of bad behavior elements that everyone has had to overlook. I would say that I'm kind of looking forward to this. And the reason is that there are a lot of decisions being made right now at Tesla that are consistent with making Elon happy, but not necessarily in the best interest of Tesla. For example, right now, there's a huge backlog of Tesla semis out there with competitors starting to close the gap. If Tesla has an opportunity to now have a new CEO, there's a possibility that the lack of sales from the Cybertruck will allow the semi will allow the factory in Texas to switch production in about 5 days from producing the Cybertruck to producing the semi. And if that occurs and that vehicle arrives earlier, I think it could big time help Tesla's sales. And we do know that it would definitely help sales of Tesla in terms of people not getting rid of their vehicles or having to do other things to address some of the negative behavior Tesla's been involved in. So my assessment of this whole thing is that, yes, there will be a hit to the stock initially because it's a shock. Because Elon has only been at the company maybe once every 2 weeks, but obviously on the phone and involved in any major decisions technology-wise, I think this is going to sort of hit the market hard. Stock price is going to drop. But as we find out who the new CEO is, or even if there's an internal candidate that's appointed temporarily until this new CEO is selected, I think this is all around very good news for Tesla. And I think changes like where is it the semi-truck going to be produced is a great example. In fact, I don't know if you've seen the new Jeff Bezos developed $20,000 prototype truck, but I think this gives an opportunity for the internals of the Cybertruck to actually become the internals of a pickup truck that looks kind of regular, that comes in at 30 or 40K, that a lot of people will be willing to purchase because they want the EV capabilities of Tesla, but they may not want necessarily the body that Elon chose as kind of an experiment. And so this is going to be very interesting. So I do expect the stock price to plunge probably in the 10 to 20% range initially. But as we see some of the quality people that have, been aboard Tesla and have been doing a great job for a long time, I think this is going to turn around, and I think people are going to be very happy with everything going on Tesla. I actually think sales are going to rise because all these people that are looking for alternatives or protesting against Tesla based on Elon's presence will now sort of be able to move on and allow the company to do better in the process. The final note I'd have to say is that I'm kind of stunned right now because not only does Elon, the largest shareholder, still at 12.8%, but the entire board includes his brother and a lot of people who are, handpicked by him, including Robin Denholm. Now, I guess the other final note might be that I was kind of stunned. A buddy of mine asked me what I thought of her selling all of her stock and owning no shares, but being the chairman of the company. And I said to him, I thought it was a sign that she was going to get fired, because fired or leave, because she could see things on the horizon relative to the dropping stock based on Elon's decisions that were really unprofessional, and therefore she wanted to get her money away from the damage this might do. So there's a guy named Trader Sam that you guys might want to check out, and he actually was quizzical as to why anybody would want to own Tesla stock right now based on the fact that she had sold all of her shares, and what were the implications of this. And this might be an example of it. I didn't think it would happen, but I think it's a brilliant move by the board of Tesla. And I don't think Tesla was about to go out of business, but I think it's going to do a lot better with Elon gone in terms of some of the decisions being made that are in the best interest of Tesla, and not necessarily just because Elon wants to do it. So congratulations to Tesla. Let's see the company do a lot better under new leadership. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, and bye for now.